Hi there. Hi, Mikel. Thank you for your time today.
Hello.
Hi. You've supplied a great product on the pitch, which means a ton of demand for tickets off the pitch. There was a time where few wanted to be at the Emirates. Ashburt and Army helped reinvigorate and revitalize the atmosphere in the stadium. And I know this is something that you've been very passionate about as well. It looks like their tickets might be half for next season. Of course, lots of fans are going to be upset in terms of not being able to maybe get tickets. What's your take on that? What's your take in particular on Ashburton Army and what they've been able to do in the stadium for the fans on game day for the experience? Thank you.
Well, I was being very open about the gratitude that we all have to show for the incredible atmosphere that we have produced at the Emirates in the last few years. That's down obviously to a lot of effort that a lot of people has made to maintain and sustain belief in difficult moments, and it's something that we really appreciate. And the other big factor is obviously what this player has transmitted to those supporters to start believing again and start feeling very attached to the team and then to the club. So I know it's going to be some challenges. I think the club is doing and everything that we possibly can to try to please everybody and to be as fair as possible in order to achieve what everybody wants to do. And that's all I can say from my point of view. And hopefully we can continue to build and get the atmosphere better at our place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sophie, I noticed you directed the question to Mikel. I hope you can all see that Gabby's next to us as well.
Actually, he's not. No, he's not on cap. Actually, I can't. Maybe I need to make an adjustment.
Justin and Mike, can you
see him now?
Oh, there we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah?
There he is. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you
We can
very
see him
much.
now.
Thank you, Sophie.
Excellent.
Justin, over to you.
Thanks.
Justin.
Good afternoon, Mikel. Justin Ruderman with Area Sports Network here in Los Angeles. Earlier today, İlkay Gündoğan said in an interview that he didn't know anything about football before he played under Pep. Now, obviously, there are a lot of similarities between the way that you two set up your teams due to your time together. So I'm just wondering how big of an influence Pep had on the way that you personally think about football, and also just the influence you think he's had on the game of football overall as you prepare to face a team with another manager in Xavi who learned under Pep as a player. Thank you.
I always said that for me he's the best manager in the world, and I learned so much when we worked together. Just comparing the situation with İlkay and what he said about his time when he joined Pep, for me it was when I was 15 and I went to Barcelona, and I realized that under Johan and everything that he was doing, and on that time football became a very different sport to the one I knew before then, and he's the one that made me think and made me feel the game in a completely different way to the one that I had before that.
Gabby, you also played under Pep. Do you have any thoughts on İlkay's comments?
So yeah, I'm total agree with him. I was obviously more younger than Gundo when I joined the club, so that was one of my ideas and the reason why I accept to join City in that time. I was young, I want to learn, and then also the squad was young, with some experienced players. So yeah, I'm totally agree with him.
Thank you and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That looks like that concludes the questions on Zoom. So I'm going to come into the room. So speak now or forever hold your peace. Mike, you didn't have your hand up, Mike, but lovely to see you.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
I'm sorry about that.
Good
May
to
I
see
ask a
you.
question?
Of course you can.
You almost lost your chance, mate. Be sharp.
Nearly. Nearly, Mike.
Mikel, would you care to share with us what you said to Lisandro Martinez after the game on Saturday? And if not, what are your thoughts in general on that type of aggressive, borderline dirty play in a preseason game?
No, I was just happy to see him. Obviously, I know him personally. I was happy to see him back after the injury, and that's it. Football is about the sport. It's about the people that we know, and yeah, we wish each other good luck for the season, and that's it. It was a really good competitive game for us.
Excellent. And Gabriel, how would you compare this, your second preseason with Arsenal, having been here for an entire year, with last summer when you joined the team and pretty much stepped right onto the plane to Baltimore?
I think it's quite the same, the energy, everyone wants to work to get fitness, and then obviously to start the season well like we did last season because it's so important. Premier League, you know, guys, is so strong competition, difficult. So I think about the fitness is so important.
Thank you both. Great.
Thank you.
Have a great game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Right, I'm going to move into the room now. Melissa, if you could kick us off, thank you.
Mikel, it was quite a physical challenge against Manchester United, and you said you want Arsenal to raise their physical capacity, but what are you expecting differently from Barcelona in terms of the challenge?
It will be because when you play at the level that we are playing against the type of at the type with the type of opposition that we're going to be facing tomorrow in that stadium, and there's so many people, they have to expect. The crowd is expecting that, and we are expecting that. So tomorrow again, I think it will be a very competitive match.
More focus on possession for them than United. United focus more on transition.
They are different teams, obviously, and the DNA of Barcelona is always to have the ball and have it back as quick as possible. I know Xavi very well, and I'm sure he will be trying to do that, and the same like we want.
And then, Gabby, there will be a lot of expectation on Arsenal given last season. How will you guys be handling that as players?
You mean in this game or in this season?
No, in the season ahead.
Oh, we create this, you know, like we did so well. Unfortunately, we didn't win the Premier League. Was our main target, but at least we get that fight, you know, with the one of, or if not the best team in the world, you know, we fight till the end. So I think he'll be the same energy, you know. Now I think people believe more in us because you know the work we put in the on the pitch last year was top, and then obviously everyone here wants to continue and to increase the level again.
Kaya? Oh,
Gabby, with your knee injury last year and the fitness, obviously you came back and played for a few months, but I'm sure it takes time to get into the rhythm again. How are you feeling now, and do you feel sort of back to your absolute physical state?
Yeah, comparing with my injury on my foot 2017 is so different, you know. So this is my first injury, and I hope it's the last one on the knee. So now I'm suffering a little bit more than on my foot. So yeah, have been hard, but I'm working hard to get fitness and then come back strong.
I think at the time of the recovery, I think you spoke about being a different animal when you came back. Is that the plan still? Do you feel like a different animal now?
Yeah, for sure. I want to help. I want to work. You know, I want to learn from the mister with the players as well, and then for of course.
Kaya?
Strong for Mikel. Kieran Tierney came in against Man United, had a really strong second half. Obviously, Urian's come in and there's a lot of competition in the fullback spots going into this season. Is Kieran still part of your plans going forward? He's still an important player for you going forward into this season?
It is. It is obviously in our plans, and as you said, he came out really well. It's not the first time. Every time he's played in preseason, he's been really good, and this is what we want: create competition in the team, raise the level of each individual, and that's going to be a huge benefit for the team to get to another level.
Just another one on Emil. He's obviously been away with England, done really well. In the 21s, it's sort of the first chance I've had to ask you since. What did you make of how he did with England?
Really good.
Georgia, and how happy are you to have him back?
We were all really happy because we know that it's been a tough season for him. He's had a lot of difficulties to overcome. He had the opportunity to play with England at the end, and he put a lot of effort to get into that competition the best possible condition. And I think we were all very happy to see him leave that trophy. And you can see that produced something different. His energy, the way he's come back, is in a really good place, and it's great to see him back with us.
And for Gabby, if that's okay, with Granit leaving, you're now the vice captain. How has that?
We
changed
don't know
things?
yet.
You don't know yet? Is that discussion not happened? Okay, so just in the leadership group, has anything changed for you? Is there sort of, have you felt you've had to step up with Granit leaving now within the group?
I think nothing changed. You know, I'm a type of captain. I don't talk a lot, but I show with my actions. You know, I run, I fight, I want to win. You know, I put a lot of emotions in my gameplay. So yeah, I will obviously always try to help the young players. You know, I'm still young, but I think if you want everyone see me as a experienced player here. So yeah, I want to help everyone with my actions and speaking as well.
Gabby, last season the team's success was based on sharing the goals around the team, whether it was midfield or wingers or yourself. Your role is so important to the team's overall play, but do you have a goal or a target for the number of goals you want this year? And do you feel like you may need to be more selfish to keep improving on your goal scoring record?
Always in my life, I have been, I have only one target, at the end, I celebrate everyone together with the title, win titles. That's my main target. Obviously, I want to score more because I think this will help to at the end get the target. But I don't mind, obviously, I want to score more, but I want to win titles. And then that's my main target.
Because at your time at City, you obviously won titles there. You spent a few years with those players, and you've seen what's happened this summer. They've lost a couple of players. There's talk of maybe 3 or 4 more going, and that team being broken up. Here, you can feel that Arsenal are building a team. Do you feel that if last season was too early, that this team is now at the point where they are ready to win?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Do you feel that Arsenal have the momentum now and that they're building a team? Maybe Man City are coming to the end of a cycle.
Looking from outside, I think Arsenal did not start now. I think start years ago, and now it's working paid. Obviously it's coming more players to help us. But we still have a lot of good players as well. So these players is coming to help, and then I think it's a very good problem for the mister, no?
Just following on from that, really, maybe 12 months ago, we thought the gap between Arsenal and Manchester City was quite big, but with everything that you achieved last season, do you feel that gap is a lot smaller now than it was a year ago?
Even before, I was feeling like this, the gap was not that big. Obviously, they are together years, and then this make difference, and they are winning for years. That make difference also. But season day 1, I arrived here. I believe we can fight, we can win, and unfortunately, we did not win. But I think we will win, for sure.
You've had a bit of time to reflect on the end of last season as a group. When you look back on it, where do you think you slightly fell short in the end?
Well, it's difficult to know, but I believe sometimes at the end, at the end of the season, we was a little bit nervous as a team, and they was not nervous because normally they win, so that's make difference. So I think this year we are more experienced about this, and he'll be different.
Mikel, do you agree with that? Is that a case of inexperience for a young group, and a year on they'll be better for it?
Yes, I think when it talks about that nervousness or insecurity or uncertainty in certain moments, I think that's related to a lot of key moments that happens, especially in the 3 consecutive draws that we had that created a little bit of doubt in ourselves, because then we had more urgency to win, and I think it gave City a big platform to build momentum from they were coming from. So it was one thing really affected the other, and I think that had a really important effect on the outcome of the championship.
And just finally for me, when do you plan to make a decision on your vice captain?
We need a bit more time just to make sure that the squad is clear, the roles are clear, and we make one decision, and that's the decision. If we do it too early, we're going to have to change it maybe because the market is so unpredictable, and I don't want to do that.
Mikel, can you just ask, I know it was only pre-season friendly, but after the Man United game, all the Arsenal fans are all getting all upset about the midfield, saying it's not, without Granit, it's not physical enough. Is that going to be an issue for you guys? Because Granit was obviously more of a defensive midfield player, and maybe Kai is more of an attacking player. Is that something you're going to have to address?
Yeah, we're going to have to find the right balance as well, but a year ago Granit could never play as an attacking midfielder. So let's try to get the work done. It's the first time we play with 4 players inside the time. 3 of them, they never played for us. So 3 out of 4, they never played together, ever. So tranquilo, day by day, keep doing the right things, give people opportunity to settle into the right things, and we will be fine.
But is that general thing with Arsenal fans, that everything's...
Well, I don't know, you use a word that is physical. So if I put Granit and Kai and I ask you who is more physical, what would you say?
Assume Granit, but
Yeah? One is 191, huh?
Yeah,
It depends for what is physical. No, physical is to run, running behind, to run forward, to tackle. Depends. So we'll fit in within the qualities that we have. That's for sure. And the good thing is that we have options as well in midfield. To when we win a game that is more physical, we can become now very, very physical as well. So we'll have the right options.
Can I just
Final
ask,
question.
sorry,
Thanks, Sam.
a few players last season spoke about how the end to the previous season and finishing fifth was a real motivation factor at this time of the year last year. That fire was burning from the moment they came back in. Do you sense that same fire this time around, and maybe for both of you, that same, not anger, but hunger at what happened last year, falling a bit short? Is it
Yeah.
the same kind of edge?
Is that, and I think there is as well belief that we have grown a lot as a team. That is that belief around them, that we can take the game, we can take our options to a different level into a very challenging and promising season that we have ahead of us.
Thank you, everyone. So Scarlett will take you downstairs now just to find a space. Mikel will do some media for the Community Shield and Emirates Cup, and then they'll join you.
Great.
Thank you.